Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, I'm your host, Sharon Moore. You know, I always say today, today, today. Well, family, today we got a legend on the show. You all know him. He's worked with Michael Jackson, Madonna, Elton John, Quincy Jones, George Michaels. He's a songwriter. He's a musical producer, and much more. I just call him a drummer's drummer. Will you help me welcome Jonathan Sugarfoot Moffett? Hey, Sugarfoot.
Hey, how you doing, Sharon, my brother? How you doing? Everything good?
I'm good, man. Welcome to the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
I appreciate you having me on here. You have a lot of great artists on here, and I'm glad to be in that company of the names that you bring on there. Apparently, they like what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'll just go through the gamut really quick to get to what you're up to these days. As you guys know, he's from New Orleans. His influences are Zigaboo, Buddy Rich, Billy Cobham, James Brown. We all know him, of course, from that huge Michael Jackson gig. But let's talk about some things that's going on. Tell me about that drum key.
Okay, yes. So a lot of people don't know when I started becoming creative as a super very young age. At 4 years old, I started drawing unfortunately on the walls at home and got whippings from my dad. I told you, don't draw on the wall no more, bam, bam, bam. But anyway, at the beginning of my art career, getting torn up from drawing on behind the door, thinking I'm hiding it from my bedroom. But anyway, I started my art career that way. And I've been drawings all my life, and I had AAA grades in school in drawing, and I worked my way up to Delgado College for commercial art. And I tried to design a lot of things, clothing, my drum sets. When you see those huge rack systems, that's from my drawings. I draw them from front, back, left side, right side, top, overhead, and I take them to Gibraltar and we build them. So for all the big tours, I design my racks. I don't pay anybody to do that or hire anybody. Those are my visions. So I've been drawing all my life, and I design drum sets and everything. So I had drawn this in I think it was with Elton John in '89 or Modonna in '90. Way back then, I drawn this thing out, rough sketch of an idea. I said, what if I had a cool looking drum key? Because something that all drummers, need and want. But it was like my way of trying to have something classier than what's on the marketplace. So, because drum keys are just discardable, so thought about. But I'd always try to upgrade and be in high quality, high class, and bring more dignity to drummers and drumming than the respect we deserve, but we don't get a lot of times. So, and because I'm a natural artist and a person who love quality things. So I say, what if I could design a drum keys that's Rolls Royce quality? Something that people want to keep, but also has a dual purpose. It's something because this drum key you hold in your hand, it's as portable as light, and it is in a shape or form, sort of like jewelry. And the connection went. That's why I can make a drum key that I can not lose because I can wear it as jewelry. So I drew it all out and everything. Kept sat on it for years, touring and all that stuff. So I finally decided 2 years ago, this venture with it began. I found through a friend of mine, a jeweler in downtown LA. Went to him, brought my drawings, and I've also brought it to my brother-in-law, Franco, who's a tattoo artist. So we refined what I had, art of it, and then took it to his friend who was a jeweler, and he did the first mock-ups of it and everything. So, but his schedule was so busy, we found another jeweler overseas, and we took what we had and we contacted with that person who was also a representative or associate of my brother-in-law Franco, and he took it over, and then we began to produce this thing, from my concept of a jewelry drum key, a key that can be worn as jewelry around your neck or a chain. I have a bracelet being made right now. I designed it, but it got to be made now. But you could take the keys, use it, clasp it on there in a clip, and wear it on your wrist. And then when you need it, take it off and use it again, put it back on it. You don't lose it, and you wear it. But to do that, you can't put a regular key on there. You could, but it's not fashionable. So I wanted a Rolls Royce quality drum key so that I could wear with pride and it looks like jewelry. And then I have a belt buckle version. I clip on like a Western belt buckle version, clip it on a belt buckle. Same thing. I got it secure. I have it all the time as long as I wear that belt buckle, bring it with me. Of course, you look after it because it's a very artistic and decorative collectible. But that's the concept. And it came out in the early 90s, late 80s. And I sat on it. Oh, I have so many designs. I sat on it for years and decades. So finally, after COVID, things slowed down. Of course, we were all shut down, can't do no gigs. And I started saying, now, wait a minute, what do we do now? What if this continues for 5, 10 years? I gotta reinvent myself. So I said, you know what? I'm sitting on all this art skills, all these designs I got stacked up. I need to start using that. I put my art on the back burner for my drumming. And I say, it's time. This is showing me that it's time to start bringing my artwork and designs forward. So I designed that, and I also did my drumsticks, and I took over my drumsticks from ProMark. Couldn't make them anymore, so I took over my design, something I drew, brought to them, ProMark, and they made it for me since '95. So I took over that. So I have 2 products out at this point, and sold on the MOFFETT store, my store front and website. So I have many more designs, kits, drum kits designs, and snare drum designs, and many other items, clothing, bass guitar that's already prototypes made already. I just don't show it until I get it patented. It's been made since '88, so I just sit on it, and in the right time, in the very near future, I'll be licensing that design to either Ibanez, Yamaha, Gibson, one of them. I'll be looking for a licensing for that design.
Jonathan, what word of advice would you like to leave the up-and-coming drummers?
Find your voice, first of all, from ground floor. Spend time with your instrument, whether it's drums, guitar, bass, keyboards. You can't be one with the instrument, and then let it be your voice, and let you spend time on your instrument and with your instrument, getting to know it, and it getting to know you, where you hit, where you voice, where you articulate. You got to be one with it. It'd be like being married. I'm married to my drums when I sit behind them. It's a relationship, and no matter what drum kit I sit behind, it's a date. If it's not my drums, it's somebody's drums I'm sitting in on, and we on a date. So dating this drum kit for this song or this show, and then after that, I go back to my wife, my drum kit, my drum kit. So I think as that, spend time with it, get to know it, let it be your voice and expression. And articulation and communication with the audience you're playing to. But you got to practice. Nothing can be said more important than that. And you got to explore. You learn the things that you're listening to and you're working on, but you're always taking it a step further. Add a beat here, subtract a beat there. Articulate, emphasis, dynamics with the beat, within the groove and the beat. Listen to the grooves within the grooves and create new grooves from those. So, every groove has a groove within it. Segmented. Every groove 8 bars long is like 8 bars of groove, and if there's a little articulation thing in there that redefines it, you can grab that and then reprint that and make another groove. And you hear something that you're playing in there, an expression, and it's saying, "Oh, that's cool, that's hip." You can take that and remap that and print, make another groove. You learn to grow your grooves and your expression, your vocabulary by listening to what you're playing and grabbing from those the highlights and making something else. That's how I evolved as a drummer.
Jonathan, let me say thank you so very much for coming onto the Extraordinary Drummer Show. I know you're pressed for time.
Yes, I got to go do this medical thing, get a checkup. Everything is good. I'm fine. But you got to have these appointments to make sure everything is good. So I got to do this in about an hour and a half. I got to get dressed and go see this and make sure I can be available for you guys on videos and shows. I'm trying to take care of my health more than I did before.
Really appreciate you. Would you help us wave goodbye to all the fans?
Much love, and thank you for your support. And goodbye to everyone. I wish you all the very best in your lives and careers. God is everything. Be one with God as well.